We talk only reality. We label some kind of challenges and we discuss it and we try to solve those with step-by-step actions. So yeah, so everything what I'm saying, and maybe those things seem to be minor, especially when you're young, and that's maybe one of my mistakes also in the past. You know, and first of all, I was always very emotional attached. So you, my friend, I'm going all the way without actually looking a little bit further than my heart. You know, not thinking like, oh. And because in the previous vlog I talked about, or one of the previous videos, I talked about a guy who made fun of me giving me an empty little tiny jewelry box and then laughed away with his buddy, giggling, you know. He doesn't remember, but I do. It's also more than, I think we were 17 at that point, so that's more than 30 years ago, but I remember this as the day is yesterday. He was with his dumbass scooter over there and make fun. But the thing is, from that day, I should have actually get rid of him. Because like I said, this person that did every 1.5 years something. So the frequency of deceptions or, you know, misleading stuff took always more than a year when the next one would follow up, which is, I think, some sort of intellect. I don't know, because I have a lot of material to compare it with. So, you know, there are people who do it every hour. You can see it. They're also totally stressed out. And when I sit with those people, it's not about that I'm taking over their habits at all, because there's nothing to be jealous about, but I'm just enjoying the show. Especially when people lie. Sometimes I also fuel a little bit, because this is another thing. When you fuel a person who lies or tries to deceive you, you know, there are ways, you know, to fuel it, and then they get more enthusiastic, and then they start forgetting their previous lies, and then I'm actually thinking about a situation, because this is again one ex. She said that one woman died, and I asked about it, and that woman didn't die. So, you know, the lies were so extreme, but there was a build-up. She started with a small lie, and then said, "Oh, really?" You know, and I'm always genuinely interested. But see, I already knew it was a lie. But some people are so good at lying. They don't have those things with the eyes. They also don't keep on staring. A liar always stares a little bit, you know. Does he believe it? Does he believe it? But see, when you also would sit with me, you can see my body language is totally also. I can play around with my body language so you get totally off guard, and also you drop all guards. And am I some kind of manipulator? No. I'm just protecting myself. But also when I'm sitting with 100% genuine people, you know, people know, you know, I'm always saying, you know, I speak the way I speak. There's not a lot of, let's say, you cannot put a needle between the things and you can rinse it open and then discover some kind of hidden agenda. No, I don't have hidden agendas. When I come to you, I spend time with you. I don't play around with my fucking phone, you know. I also don't lure you in. Oh, we're gonna do this, and then all of a sudden at the last moment it's not gonna happen. You know, those, again, when it's about deception, I'm very straightforward. I'm always on time. If not, I will send at least 30 minutes before that I'm gonna be 2 or 3 minutes too late, because I know how it feels. I actually need to pee, and I think I talked a lot again when it's about deception. I mean, you know, my vlogs are also totally unedited, so in case you think, well, that was totally a big mess again though, well, maybe also for people that have a little bit, let's say, they're able to see the bigger picture, because I do believe also in this. At the moment I got, I think, 100 30 something vlogs, and now I started also the series. I think I will upload this one also as a series. And if you're really gonna listen to all the stuff that I would say, then you see the bigger picture and why I'm always mentioning multiple facets of life. You know, like the showing the gratitude to make you feel better, the red flags about people to keep your life clean. I'm sharing some of the structures so you can automate things in life. Yes, we all know you're a professional marketing guy and you're a professional self-employed guy, but you know what, there are levels to the game, and there are angles that can also only be seen when you put in the real work. I put in thousands and thousands and thousands of hours actually to come to this point in my life, and I also do believe everything comes with a full set of skills and knowledge about multiple possibilities, facets of life, right? Like I said, the gratitude, the red flags, business skills, communication skills. I think communication is number one. Genuine communication. And when it's also about, if you want to be treated genuinely 100%, then you have to act 100%. Now, when you want to be treated, let's say 90%, then you have to act 10,000%. Does that even exist? I don't know, but you understand. There's only a lot. And when I put as much effort into some sort of meeting, I don't expect anything. And I always see everything as a numbers game. So if I have 10 meetings and one person would get back to me about, no, I don't know what. So that is a nice return on investment. That's how I see it. I don't expect anything, but if there is some return in a smaller percentage, I'm happy. And that's why I train for energy first place over here, not only to engage in a meeting as much as I can, but also make it as entertaining and valuable as possible. But also remember, because people, the moment that you actually open the door for another person to get into your life or has the possibility, you have to start stacking. That means, where's the mistakes? And is this some level of paranoia? No. Because I think you also should not be emotional attached to actually when you start stacking. Oh, this guy told a lie, now I'm angry. No, because that means they have control over you. And that is also something what I learned over time. Don't get emotionally attached to anybody's actions. Everybody is their own student of life. Some people do want to grow, some people think they want to grow, and some people put in the work to grow. And that's already 3 levels. And I also do believe there are multiple sub-levels into everything, and if you have to combine everything, there's a whole universe between everybody there is going on, and everybody has to find their own balance and has their own perspective of everything. And how real can they be? You know, do they deceive themselves? How many people deceive themselves? Thousands, millions. And think that they're happy. That is, I think, and especially when they try to project it on other people. I'm so happy, you have to be like this. I have a guy also, he has also children. Well, when do you have children? Now, first of all, you should think about, you know, why don't you find yourself a long-term girlfriend first? You know, why would I think about children? Let's see first that I can find somebody who's actually willing to keep on growing. And there's a lot of pure women also, you know, that they do prefer to have this guy who sits on the couch and eats Cheetos, because they can control them. And it's not about women, it's also the other way around. You know, it's so much easier to have a person who's lazy, and so you not get challenged. And that's what I like. I like high energy people, that's for sure. People who also like to challenge themselves. And you know what? Not only people who think they challenge themselves, but also really challenge themselves, you know? There are so many different levels to the game, you know? How honest are they to themselves? You know, there are you can see, you can really see who has the real higher level of energy, and I do believe it comes with a lot of benefits. And okay, and again, there are people who prefer to sit on the couch, grow beer bellies, and you know, take a shower once per 3 weeks. Just say something extreme, but you understand what I mean, right?